Dakota, the arson accelerant canine, came on board I think in '97, so he was working with the department for 13 years upon Kent's retirement in 2010.
They get dogs from all over the country. He happened to be a shelter dog from, that's why he got his name. They set out in Dakota. We had heard about this canine program, and my officer at the time, Lieutenant Callahan, said to me, we could use an arson dog. We have a lot of fires, and this is the newest thing coming for a tool. The training was very, very rigorous, and the dog was the youngest dog there, and he was really giving me a run for my money.
That dog probably investigated every major fire in the city, probably the biggest one being the Church of God in Christ there that burned on election night back when President Obama was elected.
I got a call in the middle of the night that we had a church fire, and that turned out to be a lengthy investigation that was just finished recently into a church, burning of a church. And it was a predominantly black church, and it was on the eve of the election. So you can't go by that, but anyhow, they called in the state, the ATF, the federal, and the local fire department. And he had a good part, and we found a lot of samples at the church, which so did the other dogs, but Dakota found his in his area, and resulted in 3 people getting arrested, and it was a set fire with gasoline to destroy the church.
He was always spot on, there were never any mistakes with him. When he found something and they took a sample, it was always turned positive.
He had trouble waiting because you'd have to wait till the fire went out. Sometimes he'd sit in the car for 3-4 hours, but then he'd get his chance and he loved it. He'd come out pitch black from the soot.
He'd come in filthy dirty from a fire, yellow dog, covered in soot, his face, his legs, the tail's wagging.
There was a couple days that he couldn't go for some reason, and I'd have to sneak out, because if he saw me with his uniform and the car take off, he's broken-hearted that he wasn't in the car. That was his car, and nobody else was getting in there but him. We helped each other, let's put it that way. I gave him a job, and he gave me a reason to keep working.